Hello everybody and welcome. Today I'm gonna teach you how to set up your Paladin settings so you get the maximum FPS and maximum graphics on your PC. So I'm gonna say sorry in advance because I'm just a Russian guy who used to learn English only in school. So yeah, first things first, you need to download the one program. It's called FPS Monitor. The download link in the description. It's not sponsored, it's not anything, it's just the simplest program that you can download and just use. So download it, open it, click the last thing here, and here you go. You get the FPS, the GPU usage, the CPU usage, and GPU RAM usage, just the RAM usage. You have everything here. So you just open it and then you open a Paladins. Yeah. You can see it's here. It's pretty uncomfortable, but anyway, in game it's gonna look nice. So okay, now you can see your GPU usage, the CPU usage, and everything. So let's get into a shooting range. Here we have my friend Victor, and we have the cap of 175 FPS. The GPU usage is 100%, but this is because I'm recording right now. Let's go straight into settings. The first things you need to know. You need to set up your resolution the same as your native resolution. So I have the 1080p monitor, so my resolution is 1080p. Second thing, it's screen type. Every time play in full screen mode, please. It will lower your input lag. And let's get into settings. So the resolution scale. If you already have the 100% of your GPU usage on the lowest settings and your native resolution with 50% of resolution scale, and you get less than 60 FPS in a training stage, that means that your game is GPU bottlenecked. But it's okay, you can still higher up your just textures. Well, let's get into that later. The one thing that do not depend on anything but the just video memory, it's the texture detail. On the lowest texture detail you have the 0.6 gigabytes used of video memory. If we get the textures straight up to very high, you're gonna get just 0.7 gigabytes of video memory used. Yeah, there's no reason to set up your texture on low. So this is the lowest settings I can recommend to play with. So the textures is pretty okayish and the resolution is 100%. So I recommend you to play with these settings if you like pro player or something. But if you want some extra details, here we go. So anti-aliasing, it's straight depends on your GPU. It's the same as the resolution scale, but it really blur your picture. It's gonna look pretty nice, but the blurriness, I don't like that. But if you like the blurriness and you have a maybe 27-inch 1080p monitor, so you can turn it up on maybe 8 or maybe 4. The next one, the vertical sync. Never play with the vertical sync. It's just adding input lag in your game, so never play with it. It's no reason. It's really no reason. Even screen tearing, it's not the problem with it. You're just adding another one input lag. Why would you do that? The second one, the world detail. So on the low and medium it's pretty much the same. You do not gonna get anything with it, with the low and the medium. But if you turn it up to the high, you can see the blurriness right away, like right there. Let's compare it. On the right it's set up on high, on the left it's set up on medium. So yeah, you basically do not need to do that. The next one, the shadow detail. It is again depends only on your GPU. Let's see the difference. Now you can see that there is no shadow upon me, and this 3 shadows is really bad. If I turn up the shadows on the medium, not much is changed. Yeah, on the high, the same thing, but maybe these shadows a little bit smoother. And finally on the very high, here's the difference. Now you can see I have a shadow. Wow! And everybody in the game have a shadow now. So this is where the bug comes. So you can see people through walls with these shadows. It's pretty nice, and in the ending screen you get the shadows too, so it looks really nice. But again, look up to your GPU load. If you get the FPS drops on the 50 maybe, and your GPU is every time on 100%, that's you know that your GPU is the problem. The texture detail I already explained to you. The particle detail, I need another to do that. As you can see, from the weapon shots there is nothing but these little black holes. If I change it, of course, medium is doing anything. Maybe a little fog, yeah. The next one, the high. Now you can see the difference. There's actually are rocks coming out of her weapon. It's nicely looking, but this is really struggle your CPU performance. So if you have an unreasonable FPS drops in the fights and you just can't play the Paladins right, if your CPU performance is really bad, so I do not recommend you to set up on high and even medium. Set it up on low and deal with it. Let's set up on maximum to show the difference, but there is no difference actually. It's maybe can be really distracting to your eyes, so if you're gonna play some ranked, I think this setting you need to put on low. So the last one, the shader quality. Now I need to reload my game to show you the shader quality. I already have videos explaining the difference between it. Your shader quality depends on your GPU. You have the metal shininess and the other things that can really distract some people, but this adding a really nice look. I forgot to mention that the shadows actually changing a lot of graphics. It's not only the textures, not the textures detail, it's everything. The shaders, it's your champion details, it's the map details, it's everything. In this comparison, you can see that the maybe Ash gun it looks really nice, and the Shalins, where Shalin is dancing, on the right bottom corner there is some ground that is actually green in medium and high, but on the low it's creamy. The actual difference is so huge, I'm gonna make huge comparison that you already watching. But that is it for this video, guys. Like it if I helped you, do not subscribe if you are not Russian, because I'm creating content mostly on Russian. So yeah, see you later.